This is the Nokia N95. Now this is set to be one of the top high-end phones for 2007.
This is the Sony Ericsson. This was the best phone with the best camera on the market at that time.
Palm OS could do shortcuts, so you could assign each button to a certain application to access them really quickly.
BlackBerry 9320 Curve, all the input is done through the trackpad. It has no touch response on the screen.
Samsung Blackjack is the scroll wheel, otherwise known as a directional pad or a D-pad.
Apple iPhone. It does have a touchscreen, and there are absolutely no buttons except one right down here.
Do you remember the sound of a flip phone snapping shut after a call, or the excitement of sliding a keyboard open to send a text? Long before apps dominated our pockets, cell phones had personalities. Some played music, some took surprisingly good photos, and some promised to replace your laptop. The Motorola Razr V3 turned heads everywhere. The Nokia N-Gage tried to merge gaming and communication. The BlackBerry Curve became a status symbol in offices across America, while the Sony Ericsson W800 put an entire music collection in your pocket. These devices felt futuristic at the time, yet many vanished almost as quickly as they arrived. Today, most sit forgotten in drawers, thrift stores, and collectors' shelves. Join us as we look back at 25 iconic cell phones from the 2000s that faded into history. When Apple unveiled the iPhone in 2007, it looked unlike anything most people had ever carried. Its large touchscreen, full web browser, and sleek design made many existing phones feel old overnight.
Well, what we're going to do is get rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen. A giant screen.
Long lines formed outside stores, and the device became one of the decade's biggest technology stories. It reshaped what consumers expected from a phone and pushed the entire industry in a new direction.
A lot of hype, a lot of buzz about this particular device really been mounting since January 9th when Apple CEO Steve Jobs announced the iPhone at Macworld.
Later, iPhone models quickly eclipsed the original, but that first version remains special. It was the moment many people got their first glimpse of the smartphone age. The Motorola Razr V3 arrived in the mid-2000s and instantly became a fashion icon. Its razor-thin metal body looked futuristic at a time when most phones were bulky and plain.
Revealed in 2004, Motorola's V3 was the thinnest phone around. Built from aluminium with a nickel-plated keypad, this thing looked phenomenal.
Celebrities carried them, advertisements showcased them, and millions of consumers wanted one. The Razr became one of Motorola's greatest success stories, inspiring countless copycats across the industry.
The slimmest, sexiest, feature-filled phone around. The Razr V3.
But technology moved quickly. As touchscreen smartphones gained ground, flip phones began losing their appeal. Even so, many people still remember the satisfying snap of closing a razor after ending a call. Before Android powered billions of devices, it debuted on the T-Mobile G1 in 2008. Created through a partnership between HTC, T-Mobile, and Google, the phone featured a sliding keyboard and an operating system built around openness and customization.
It's also got a QWERTY keyboard, and you can see as this pushes up and over, and it's neat how it does it. It doesn't just slide, it goes up and over. You can see the mechanism right in here.
It arrived as one of the first serious challengers to Apple's growing influence. Early adopters loved experimenting with apps and features that felt remarkably flexible for the time. Newer Android phones soon surpassed it in every category, but the G1's importance never faded.
You can hit my location to find out where you are at the moment. You got map mode, you got a map, you can get a satellite view, you can get a traffic map, and Google Street View is the first time we've seen Street View actually on a phone. It's pretty cool.
It was the device that launched the Android revolution. Android had arrived, but another phone was already showing how powerful a handheld device could become. Nokia's next creation packed features that once seemed impossible in your pocket. When Nokia released the N95 in 2007, it felt less like a phone and more like a pocket-sized computer.
It takes device convergence to a new level. This is the Nokia N95. the latest in the N-series multimedia computer range from Nokia.
Built in Finland, the device packed an impressive collection of features into a compact package. It offered a high-quality camera, GPS navigation, music playback, video recording, and internet access at a time when few competitors could match its versatility.
Nokia have included the Maps application, a sophisticated mapping and navigation tool with the phone. Maps can be downloaded over the air for over 150 different countries.
Tech enthusiasts loved showing off everything it could do. For a brief period, the N95 represented the cutting edge of mobile technology. But smartphone development accelerated rapidly, and newer touchscreen devices soon captured the spotlight. Even so, many longtime users still look back fondly on the N95 as one of the most capable phones of its generation. Few phones were more closely tied to the working world of the 2000s than the BlackBerry Curve. With its comfortable physical keyboard and dependable email service, it became a favorite among business professionals, students, and anyone who needed to stay connected throughout the day.
The Curve's larger size allows it to have a full QWERTY keyboard. This keyboard, which you can see here in a close-up, the keys are squarish with slight contours to them and is easy to use.
Messages arrived instantly, and many users found themselves constantly checking their devices. The term "crackberry" even emerged as a nickname for the growing email obsession.
Smaller and lighter, with high-speed internet, a 2-megapixel camera, and email in over 130 countries. It has the intelligence you require. The all-new BlackBerry Curve.
For several years, BlackBerry seemed unstoppable. Then, touchscreen smartphones changed consumer expectations almost overnight. Competitors offered larger displays and richer app experiences, slowly eroding BlackBerry's dominance. Did you ever own one? If so, you probably remember typing without even looking at the keys. The Sidekick 2 was impossible to mistake for anything else. Its unique swivel screen flipped open to reveal a spacious keyboard underneath, making text messaging faster and more enjoyable than on most competing phones. Popular among teenagers, celebrities, and early social media users, the device became a cultural symbol of connected life in the mid-2000s. It excelled at messaging, instant communication, and staying in touch with friends throughout the day.
Don't you knock them together?
Don't worry, I'll just IM some people.
You gotta listen for the tight, hollow sound.
The new T-Mobile Sidekick 2 with phone, web, IM, and more.
In many ways, it anticipated the always connected lifestyle that smartphones would later perfect. Eventually, modern smartphones absorbed nearly all of its advantages. Yet many former owners still remember the satisfying motion of flipping that screen open before firing off a message. The Sidekick connected people through words. The next phone connected them through sound, bringing music lovers closer to carrying an entire collection wherever they went. Before streaming services put millions of songs a tap away, the Sony Ericsson W800 brought the famous Walkman name into the mobile phone world. Released in 2005, it focused heavily on music playback and offered a serious alternative to carrying a separate music player.
It's as loud as my Note 8, so very funny that a phone from such a long time, it still can beat a lot of new phones from today.
Its bright orange accents made it instantly recognizable, while dedicated music controls appealed to listeners on the go. For many users, the W800 became their everyday soundtrack, whether commuting, exercising, or relaxing at home. As smartphones improved, they combined music, internet access, and communication into a single device. The W800 gradually disappeared, but many people still remember the excitement of carrying hundreds of songs in their pocket. By the late 2000s, the BlackBerry Bold 9000 had become a status symbol in offices across North America. Introduced as a premium business smartphone, it featured a larger display, improved performance, and one of BlackBerry's best physical keyboards.
One of the most important things on a smartphone like the Bold that has a half VGA display is going to be the browser. Luckily, because we're running the new version of the BlackBerry OS, the browser is quite capable.
Executives, managers, and professionals carried it proudly, relying on it for email, scheduling, and communication throughout the workday. The Bold represented the peak of BlackBerry's influence and confidence. For a brief moment, it seemed like the ideal tool for modern business.
If you're new to BlackBerry, a BlackBerry ID gives you customized and secure access to BlackBerry products, sites, services, and applications.
Then, touchscreen devices rapidly changed the market and consumer expectations. Today, the Bold 9000 serves as a reminder of an era when mobile productivity mattered more than apps, and keyboards still ruled the office. The LG Chocolate arrived with a clear mission: to make mobile phones fashionable. Released as part of a major marketing campaign,
part MP3 player, part phone. Everybody loves chocolate. Now in mint, cherry, and white. Just $99.99.
The sleek slider phone immediately attracted attention with its glossy finish and touch-sensitive controls. It looked modern, stylish, and unlike many of the practical but uninspiring phones of the time. Consumers who cared about appearance as much as functionality quickly embraced it, helping the Chocolate become one of LG's biggest successes. For a few years, stylish feature phones dominated store displays and television commercials. But the rise of smartphones gradually shifted attention away from fashion-focused devices. Even today, the LG Chocolate is remembered for proving that phones could be accessories as well as tools. The Nokia N-Gage was one of the boldest experiments of the 2000s. Nokia attempted to combine a mobile phone and a handheld gaming system into a single device, hoping to challenge dedicated gaming platforms.
So the second model is the N-Gage QD. It's a lot better design. I would compare the graphics between a PS1 and a Game Boy Advance.
On paper, the idea sounded exciting. In practice, the unusual design created problems. Its controls divided opinion, and some functions felt awkward compared to standalone gaming devices. While the N-Gage gained attention, many gamers preferred systems built exclusively for gaming. As a result, sales never fully matched Nokia's ambitions. Yet the concept was ahead of its time. Today, the N-Gage enjoys a loyal cult following among collectors who appreciate its unique place in mobile gaming history. Gaming phones had a bold idea, but professionals wanted tools they could rely on. The next device focused on productivity long before smartphones became office essentials. Long before smartphones became everyday necessities, the Palm Treo 650 gave users a glimpse of what the future might look like. Built on Palm's successful organizer and personal digital assistant heritage,
which I also brought with me.
Okay.
And that's the Treo 650. It's a full Palm-compatible PDA, but it's also a cell phone and a great web client, and also has pretty good email support built in.
It combined phone calls, email, calendars, contacts, and web access into a single handheld device. Business travelers especially appreciated having their schedules and communications available wherever they went. The Treo helped prove that phones could be powerful productivity tools rather than simple communication devices. For a time, it enjoyed a loyal following among professionals. Eventually, newer competitors with larger screens and modern operating systems overtook Palm. Still, many users remember the Treo 650 as the phone that let them get serious work done from almost anywhere. The HTC Touch arrived at a fascinating moment in mobile history. Released before Android became the dominant force it is today, the device experimented with touch-based controls and introduced HTC's custom TouchFlow interface.
So, is the HTC Touch a real iPhone rival? Let's find out. One thing to note is it is available in Europe pretty much now, so that's one plus.
Instead of relying entirely on tiny buttons, users could navigate with gestures and finger-friendly menus. The phone's sleek appearance and innovative software helped it stand out in a crowded market. Many early adopters appreciated its fresh approach and became loyal HTC customers. As newer operating systems and more powerful smartphones entered the market, the HTC Touch gradually slipped from public attention.
Nonetheless, I really like the design of the HTC phone. It feels good in the hand. It's going to be significantly cheaper than the iPhone.
Yet its influence remains significant. It helped demonstrate how touch interaction could become a central part of the smartphone experience. Few phones have earned a reputation quite like the Nokia 3310. Released at the start of the 2000s, it became famous for reliability, simplicity, and what seemed like near indestructibility.
The new dual-band Nokia phone. Fun outside, serious inside. With Nokia picture messaging and long operating times.
Millions of people around the world used one for calls, text messages, and a handful of built-in games. Among those games was Snake, which became one of the most recognizable mobile pastimes ever created. The phone's long battery life and sturdy construction made it a trusted companion for everyday life. As mobile technology advanced, consumers moved toward cameras, internet access, and touchscreen devices. Yet the Nokia 3310 remains legendary. How many times did yours survive a drop that would destroy a modern smartphone? The LG Voyager represented a bridge between two eras of mobile technology. At first glance, it looked like a touchscreen phone, but opening the device revealed a full keyboard hidden inside. This dual-screen design made it especially appealing to people who loved text messaging and email.
The Voyager is essentially two phones in one. Closed, it looks a lot like a somewhat thicker iPhone.
Verizon customers embraced the Voyager for its blend of communication, multimedia features, and web access. It offered many capabilities consumers wanted while still retaining elements of traditional mobile devices. However, the smartphone revolution was gathering speed. Soon, larger touchscreens and app-focused platforms would dominate the market. Looking back, the LG Voyager feels like a snapshot of a transitional period when manufacturers were still experimenting with the future. The Voyager experimented with the future of communication. The next device focused on another feature that would soon become impossible to live without: the camera. The Sony Ericsson K750 helped change the way people thought about phone cameras. Released in 2005, it offered image quality that impressed consumers at a time when many camera phones produced disappointing results. Its compact design, dependable performance, and dedicated camera features made it stand out from competitors. For countless users, the K750 became the device they reached for when capturing everyday moments. It played an important role in making mobile photography more mainstream and practical. As smartphone cameras rapidly improved, dedicated camera phones gradually disappeared as a separate category. Still, many people remember the K750 fondly. There is a good chance some of their earliest phone photos were taken with one. The Motorola ROKR E1 generated enormous excitement when it was introduced in 2005. Created through a partnership between Motorola and Apple, it became the first phone capable of running iTunes. At a time when the iPod dominated portable music, the idea of combining a phone and music player seemed incredibly appealing. Consumers and technology journalists paid close attention. Unfortunately, limitations on song storage disappointed many buyers who expected more flexibility. The device never achieved the impact its creators hoped for. Just a few years later, Apple's iPhone completely changed the market. Looking back, the ROKR E1 remains one of the most intriguing what-if stories in mobile phone history. The Samsung Blackjack arrived during the height of business-focused smartphones and quickly became a serious competitor to BlackBerry. Its slim design, comfortable keyboard, and strong productivity features appealed to professionals who needed constant access to email and business communications. Many users appreciated having a device that looked stylish while still handling work-related tasks efficiently.
Oh, I got your text message about the project on my black Samsung Blackjack. It was so easy to read with the large color screen.
For several years, phones like the Blackjack represented the cutting edge of mobile productivity. Then, consumer preferences shifted. Larger touchscreens, app stores, and multimedia capabilities began defining the smartphone experience. Devices built primarily around email and messaging slowly lost ground. Today, the Samsung Blackjack serves as a reminder of a fiercely competitive smartphone market before apps became the main attraction. The Samsung D500 helped establish Samsung as a serious force in the global mobile phone industry. Featuring a sleek slider design, the phone felt premium and modern compared to many rivals of its era.
Samsung D500, 60-minute video recording, 1.3 megapixel camera. The style of business.
Consumers appreciated its multimedia features, attractive appearance, and polished user experience. The D500 achieved strong international sales and became one of Samsung's most successful devices of the mid-2000s. It demonstrated that stylish engineering and advanced features could coexist in a compact package. As smartphones eventually captured public attention, devices like the D500 faded from everyday use. Nevertheless, the phone remains an important milestone. It symbolized a period when manufacturers competed fiercely to create the most innovative and attractive feature phones. The Sony Ericsson P910 was designed for users who wanted far more than a basic phone. Featuring a flip cover, touchscreen display, and stylus input, it offered productivity tools that seemed remarkably advanced for its time.
When choosing between touchscreen versus stylus, track wheel versus keypad, even slab phone versus flip phone was no choice at all.
Owners could manage schedules, browse the internet, send emails, and organize important information from a single device. In many respects, it anticipated capabilities that later became standard on smartphones. However, its complexity and premium positioning limited its appeal among mainstream consumers. The average buyer often preferred something simpler and easier to use. Despite that, the P910 earned a dedicated following among technology enthusiasts. Today, it is remembered as one of the most ambitious smartphone experiments of the early 2000s. The BlackBerry Pearl arrived as the company tried to move beyond its traditional business audience. Unlike earlier BlackBerry devices built mainly for professionals, the Pearl offered a smaller, more stylish design that appealed to everyday consumers. It combined BlackBerry's famous messaging experience with a compact body, camera features, and a more approachable look.
It's the new BlackBerry Pearl 8100 unlocked GSM smartphone from Research and Motion. And let me tell you, when they say smartphone, it really is a super smartphone.
The device became a major success and helped introduce BlackBerry to a wider audience. For many users, it was the phone that delivered constant email alerts and instant communication wherever they went. But the smartphone market quickly became more competitive. As touchscreen devices gained popularity, the Pearl's unique appeal began to disappear. Still, it remains one of BlackBerry's most memorable consumer phones. After the incredible success of the Razr, Motorola faced the difficult challenge of creating the next big thing. The answer was the Motorola KRZR, a slimmer and more refined flip phone designed to continue the company's momentum. With its glossy finish, narrow profile, and premium appearance, the KRZR attracted attention in stores and advertisements.
Motorola's new Razr steals some ideas from the popular yet aging Razr cell phone and wraps them up in a sportier new look.
It offered the same style-focused approach that made the Razr famous, but the competition was becoming much tougher. Consumers were beginning to look towards smartphones with better internet access and advanced features. The KRZR never reached the cultural impact of its predecessor. Its story showed how difficult it can be to follow a product that becomes a worldwide phenomenon. The KRZR learned that replacing a legend was nearly impossible. Nokia took a different approach, creating one of its most unusual and recognizable designs. The Nokia 7610 was one of the company's most daring designs from the early 2000s. Its unusual asymmetrical shape immediately separated it from ordinary phones sitting on store shelves. Along with its unique appearance, the device focused on photography and multimedia features at a time when camera phones were still developing. Style-conscious buyers appreciated its bold look and futuristic feel.
Starting with the design, it doesn't get quirkier than that. Nokia's designers went wild with this, from the unsymmetrical shape to the flowing keypad design to the design patterns on the back.
The 7610 represented Nokia's willingness to experiment with designs that stood apart from the crowd. However, mobile technology moved quickly, and newer smartphones soon offered far more powerful cameras, apps, and internet features. Today, the Nokia 7610 is remembered as one of the brand's most creative and recognizable designs. The Samsung U600 arrived during the race to create the thinnest and most stylish mobile phones possible. With its ultra-slim slider design and premium appearance, it looked like a device from the future when it first appeared.
Brand new Samsung U600. You've got curves on the U600 that are just downright sexy, because all the advanced features have been compressed into a super slim form.
Samsung focused on making the phone feel elegant while still offering competitive features, including a camera and multimedia capabilities. It represented the final years when feature phones competed mainly through design, size, and style. As smartphones became more powerful, consumer priorities changed dramatically. Touch screens and app ecosystems mattered more than slim bodies alone. The U600 eventually disappeared from the spotlight, but many people still remember carrying sleek phones like this one. Which slim phone did you carry? The Sony Ericsson T610 was one of the most admired phones of the early 2000s. Its elegant design, color display, and modern features made it feel like a glimpse into the future.
The Sony Ericsson T610, seen here in a beautiful silver finish, and combined with this stunning piano black top section.
At a time when many phones were still basic communication tools, the T610 introduced a more stylish and advanced experience. Its compact body, camera features, and polished appearance helped it stand out among competitors. Many consumers viewed it as a premium device and a sign of where mobile technology was heading. Of course, progress moved incredibly fast. Newer phones soon offered better cameras, faster connections, and smarter features. Still, the T610 represents the excitement and optimism surrounding mobile phones at the start of the century. The Nokia 1100 was not flashy, complicated, or filled with cutting-edge features. That was exactly why millions of people loved it. Built around simplicity and reliability, it became one of the best-selling mobile phones ever created.
It was built for everyone. Simple, tough, and affordable. It wasn't about luxury and features, it was about...
Its affordable price and dependable performance made it accessible to people around the world. For countless users, the Nokia 1100 was their first personal phone, used for calls, messages, and staying connected with family and friends. As smartphones transformed the way people communicated, simple devices like this slowly disappeared. But the Nokia 1100 remains special because it did one thing perfectly. It worked. It connected people, lasted for years, and never demanded anything more than a quick charge and a phone number to call.